Hi, welcome to our lazy RV kitchen, in my kitchen. So today we are focusing on some make-ahead meals. So before we made our lovely baked pasta, right now it's still cooking in our Instapot. And now we're going to move on to soup. So right now today it is below freezing, in the sense that it is like in single digits. Dear everyone up north, please get your weather. It's drunk in my yard in the south. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to make a yummy taco soup. So taco soup is one of my favorite things. You can put crushed tortilla chips in it. You can make a grilled cheese to go with it. But it's really something that's going to be hearty, filling, and during this really frigid time of year, warm. So let's get started. So I'm going to start cooking on medium heat. I'm going to add a little bit of oil and let that get nice and happy. Again, let's go over the ingredients. We need some oil. We've got some frozen peppers, green enchilada sauce, or if you like red enchilada sauce, that would work too. 2 cans of green chilies, a big can of Rotel, your ground meat of choice, or if you want to go vegetarian, you could use black beans, and then beef broth. But if you're doing vegetarian or vegan, you could always use vegetable broth. I like corn, taco seasoning, garlic, adobo seasoning, it's a good all-purpose seasoning, some red pepper flakes, and a salt blend that you enjoy. Plus our favorite Worcestershire sauce. I'm partial to Lee & Perrins. Again, this does have is it sardines? No, it's anchovies. So it's not going to be vegan or vegetarian, but you could substitute another flavor that you want to add some depth of flavor. So we're going to start by browning the meat. We're going to let the oil get hot. So one of the things that you want to do when you are cooking is you want to remember that we're going to layer our flavors. So I'm going to start by browning our meat. So right now I'm just breaking up the meat. I'm using about 1 pound of meat. If you wanted to do meat and beans, you could. You could add some black beans, some kidney beans, some chili beans, some red beans, that'd be good. I'm just going to break it up and then I'm leaving it alone. I'm not messing with it. And what this is going to do is that it's going to help brown the meat so you get extra flavor. Remember that the brown little bits on the bottom are extra flavor. So we're just going to wait for it to brown. This is where patience is a virtue. So if you really enjoy this content, one way to help your favorite creators is to like our videos, share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and then hit that little bell for notifications of new videos. We try to get our videos out every Tuesday. We also have the blog, lazyrvcooking.com. Alright, so we've got our meat nice and brown. So now I'm going to start with the seasoning. So I'm going to take the taco seasoning, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. There's 1, there's 2. And each time I add seasoning, I'm going to mix it up with the meat so that it gets really incorporated. Next, I'm going to add our favorite flavor, garlic. Now, I like a goodly amount of garlic, so I'm adding about 3 tablespoons. Now, you do want to be careful with garlic because garlic can burn, and There's no way to save burnt garlic. So that's why I put it in with the meat and kind of mix it in so the meat can help protect the garlic, and then the garlic infuses the meat with its flavor. Alright, we're going to add some red pepper flake. I don't add as much to this recipe because I'm adding some other things with a little bit of heat. We're also going to add our all-purpose seasoning, our adobo. And I'm going to sprinkle about 2 tablespoons of the adobo. Alright. Now I'm going to mix that all up again. I'm just going to let that cook for about a minute or 2 before I start adding some of the rest of our ingredients. So the next ingredient I'm going to throw in is the Worcestershire sauce. And this is going to help me scrape up any of the brown bits on the bottom. But it's also going to give it a depth of flavor and an umami kind of taste. So, I'm using lean parents. I'm going to use a good healthy splash, or about 1 couple of glugs in the pot. And I'm going to scrape the bottom. I'm going to turn the heat down. Now with this meat, it's going to eat that or absorb that liquid pretty quickly because the pan is nice and hot. So now we're going to start adding some of our vegetables. So I have 2 cans of corn. Drained. I've got 2 cans of some green chilies that have been fire roasted and diced. Be free, little chilies, be free! I'm going to stir everything together. I love green chilies. Like, I love the way they taste. I just love green chilies. So if you don't particularly care for green chilies, you don't necessarily have to add them. Now, I'm going to add the red pepper blend. So this is peppers, onions, green bell peppers, and red peppers. I'm going to add the whole thing. Why? Because we need vegetables. And now I'm going to give it a good stir. We'll get everybody incorporated. It kind of looks like Christmas in here because you've got the red and the green. Or the Mexican flag, which is red, green, and white. Got lots of good color going on in there. Honey, you want to bring the camera so they can see this good color action. So you've got yellows and reds and greens and whites, and you've got all this different color and vegetables and texture, and that's what you want in a good soup. So now we're going to add some more red with our tomatoes. And then we're going to add some more green with our enchilada sauce. Now at this point, I'm going to do a little sprinkle of our salt. We're not going to need a lot of salt, but you do need some. And I'm going to stir this all together. Now I put a lot of stuff in here, and I like my soups or stews or whatever you want to call your big healthy portions. I like it with a lot of stuff in it so that you can just enjoy. Alright, now we are going to take our beef broth and we're going to add some beef broth. I like to add it and then I like to stir it in so that everybody gets to meet the beef broth, get to know one another, you know, say hi. Then we'll add some more. So basically I'm going to use this whole thing of beef broth. So right now we are going to stir it one more time. And I'm going to put the lid on. Now, for the soups, I like to let them kind of cook for a little while. So, as you're preparing this soup recipe, you can do a quick cook where it will take under 30 minutes. But since we're freezing this, I want everything to get really absorbed really well. So, we're going to let it cook through, kind of simmer for another 30 minutes before we start the process of cooling it down. Alright, so we've got our soup cooled so that it's safe to put into the container. And I'm just going to basically, without, you know, splashing myself, just ladle the soup into your freezer container. Now, you could, of course, you know, get several small containers, which I would suggest if you are, you know, wanting to portion this out for maybe, you know, one person at a time. But we're going to be using this kind of as our warm-up meal. So the ways that you can top this are with sour cream, some corn chips, some cheese. You can make grilled cheese sandwiches to go with it. You can make some cheese quesadillas. Anything that's going to make a nice dipper. So you can see there's lots and lots of vegetables. So you've got your food groups. Another good thing would be like some creme fraiche, Mexican crema. One thing that makes soups really versatile is that you can really just kind of put whatever vegetables and meats and things you want and flavor them however you want. Okay. Now, I'm not going to fill it all the way to the top because when it freezes, it will expand a little bit. But we do have a big container of taco soup. So you can set this out. Obviously, we're going to put it in the freezer, let it freeze. You can warm it up in a saucepan or a pot. You can also, which is what I would suggest, and then top it with whatever you like to top your tacos with. So thank you for visiting our Lazy RV cooking channel. Like and subscribe for more of our videos.
Here now.
I'm Batman. Share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and then hit that little bell for notifications of new videos. We try to get our videos out every Tuesday. We also have the blog, lazyrvkitchen.com. No, lazyrvcooking.com. I don't even know our name. lazyrvcooking.com.